Okay, so picture this. You're standing there at the airport, the gates are closing, and you just realized you missed your flight. Not the kind of missed flight where you're just a little bit late, but the full-on, heart-dropping, I can't believe I'm standing here kind of missed flight. It happened to me. And I'm sure if you've ever traveled, you've probably been close to this moment yourself. I mean, the stress, the panic, the sheer panic of knowing your entire schedule just got wiped out. Let me take you back. It was a trip to Italy, Rome, to be exact. I was there for a week, soaking in the culture, eating the food, getting lost in the winding streets. It was beautiful. But then, as things go, I somehow lost track of time. I got caught up in the moment. I was in a small cafe in Trastevere, sipping on espresso, scrolling through my phone, and before I knew it, the time to board my flight had come and gone. I was literally standing there, staring at my watch in disbelief. There was no way I could make it to the gate. I was already late, and the next flight home was either ridiculously expensive or, well, it wasn't available until the next day. And here's where it gets interesting, because you know what made everything 1,000 times worse? I didn't have the right kind of insurance. Not the kind that would cover missed flights or delays. I just had the basic, what everyone else has kind of policy. I remember standing there about to burst into tears. I was thinking about all the money I'd spent on that flight, the hotel I had to book for another night, the food, the taxis. This was a mess. And it wasn't just about money either. It was about time. I had to get back home. I had commitments, things waiting for me. And then, in that moment of desperation, I remembered something I had heard about in passing, but never really looked into. Travel insurance that actually covers missed flights. I know, it sounds like one of those things you never think you'll need until you do, right? Well, let me tell you, I'm so glad I found this out when I did. So, there I was, feeling like the world was crashing down on me. But honestly, there was a small sliver of hope because I had heard of this travel insurance service, Auras.insure, and how they handle situations like this. And here's the kicker. After scrambling, calling, and literally praying that I could get some help, I found out they could actually cover my expenses. I couldn't believe it. The whole reason I hadn't gone for travel insurance before was because I thought it was just some extra fluff. You know, one of those things you add on but never actually need. But this time, it was different. I'm talking about reimbursement for that last-minute hotel I had to book, the cost of my new flight back home, even some of the extra food I'd had to buy while I was stranded in the airport. It all got covered, no hassle. Here's the thing. If you're someone who loves to travel or even just needs to travel frequently for work, you don't realize how essential it is to have the right kind of travel insurance until it's too late. If I hadn't had that coverage, I would have been at hundreds of dollars at least. And not just money. The stress, the confusion, it would have been even worse. Honestly, I get that this whole travel insurance thing can feel like a joke or an afterthought. But if you're like me and you don't want to risk getting stuck in a nightmare situation without backup, trust me, Auras.insure is a legit game changer. And no, this isn't an ad, by the way. I'm just sharing my experience because I would have been completely screwed without it. It was like having a safety net that I never knew I needed until the exact moment I needed it most. So if you're heading out on a trip soon, or just someone who's done enough traveling to know things can always go sideways, I'd highly recommend giving them a look. You never know when you're going to be in that airport, standing there, heart pounding, thinking, how did I miss this flight? Just trust me, the peace of mind is worth it. It was for me.